It's great to be back in the United States. We were held up in customs because they thought I had someone hidden in Jodie's ass. And now she won't even hold my hand. Yes, it is true. The sniffer dogs found Alan Joyce strapped around Jodie's cheeks. As we all know, Jodie's for show and Alan's for the workbench. Oh, look, I've basically just flown over here to shit in America's face. That's why I've decided to officially recognise something that doesn't exist, even before I've had the common courtesy of speaking to Donald Trump face to face. And yes, it is true, I still don't have a meeting scheduled with Mr. Trump, even though I'm in his country making announcements about supporting terrorists and banning free speech. And now this trip is a little bit different than my last one, when the serial hair sniffer gave me and Jodie a state dinner. And this just demonstrates what a retarded diplomat I am, that I can't even put my own personal politics aside for the benefit of Australians who, let's face it, would probably prefer President Trump running Australia instead of a lisping communist mummy's boy like me. You know, the little scissoring bowlhead you see standing on my left, and myself. Well, we're both communists and have nothing in common with President Trump, who's an advocate for freedom of speech and actually fights terrorism instead of supporting it. You know, when I say I represent all Australians on recognising Palestine, well, we all know that that's just a load of communist goat shit, because it's only people like me and my lesbian sidekick who are supporting these goat rooters that are still holding hostages. And another thing that me and my scissoring offsider don't agree with President Trump is that I'm still going ahead with the net zero fantasy that's going to send Australia broke and not do anything about climate change, while President Trump has said that it's just diarrhea dribbling from Greta Thunberg's mouth and shouldn't be taken seriously.
How dare you!
You know, any normal Prime Minister would actually be friends with President Trump, but as you know, I have what's called Trump derangement syndrome, so whatever he says or does, I just do the opposite to appeal to my 34% of intellectually handicapped voters. And just another slap in the face that I'm going to deliver President Trump is not publicly saying anything about the Charlie Kirk assassination, even on the day of his memorial. So you can see Australia and the United States have never been further apart as allies. On one hand, you've got a little snivelling communist dictator who hates free speech and lived off public housing and the taxpayer for his entire pathetic life. And on the other side, you've got Donald Trump, a very successful businessman, a God-fearing American who believes in free speech, and someone who actually wants to make his country better instead of turning it into a communist shithole like Australia is becoming.
Oh, mate, don't say that.
Peter Dutton.